Swearing-in ceremony at this time. I'd like to welcome everyone and good afternoon again. My name is Lieutenant Nathaniel Rodriguez, and on behalf of the New Bedford Police Department, I would like to welcome everyone here to City Hall this afternoon for the swearing-in of our three newest police officers. Joining us here today is the Honorable Mayor of our city, Mayor John Mitchell, our Chief of Police, Chief Joseph Cordero, our Deputy Chief Paul Oliveira, our City Clerk, Mr. Dennis Farias, and I would also like to recognize our City Councilors who are also present. We have Linda Morad, Joe Lopes, and William Brad Markey. Before we start our ceremony, I would like to invite our Police Chaplain, Reverend David Lima, to the podium to say a few words and to lead us in prayer. Reverend Lima.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's always a blessing to receive new officers into this city. People who have gone through the rigorous, and you'll be hearing about that, the rigorous training. But it's not just them coming to work for us, it's also you allowing them to come, because the support they're going to need, and from all of us, community-wise, but also for the family. We just want you to know that there is a faith community in this city that supports you, prays for you every day, and prays for them and for the good of the city. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Lord, as we gather here today to lift up these new police officers to you, we just ask for your blessing upon this proceeding and upon them. We'd ask for your protection as they go out day by day. We'd ask that you would help them to remember that the people they will encounter, they will see it both their worst and at their best. There'll be some wonderful events that they'll be at, but there'll also be at some difficulties that they will be the representatives, not only for this city, but the person that these folks will be counting on. Lord, we'd ask that you help them and support them even as they grow as new recruits, into new officers, into the people that you want them to be. And we just thank you that as this department continues to put its best foot forward, it continues to be a shining example on the South Coast of what law enforcement's all about. And as the city supports them in all their endeavors, we just thank you that you put a blessing on all of it. We thank you for this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Lima. The three officers who stand before us here today graduated from the Reading Police Academy Wednesday, April 11, 2018. The officers completed, as you well know, 6 months of police recruit training and are now ready to take an oath to serve and protect the citizens of our great city. It gives me great pride to introduce the three newest members of the New Bedford Police Department: Officer Mason Oliveira, Officer Robinson Ubri, and Officer Marc Felix Jr. I would like now to invite the Honorable Mayor of our city, Mayor John Mitchell, to say a few words. Mayor.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you, Lieutenant Rodriguez. Thank you for all of your hard work in taking over as the training officer of the police department. It's a big role, but as these three cadets, soon-to-be officers, can attest, it's a really important one. So, and it's one that in the long run will pay dividends for the safety of our residents. I wanted to welcome all of you here today. It's great to see family come out in support of these three officers. And as Reverend Lima noted, it is being a police officer is a family affair. And the work that our police do is an especially demanding job. It is a job that not everybody can do, and not everybody gets in. Lots of people want to become police officers. Not everybody makes it because there are requirements that have to be met. There's a training program that you have to go through, and even then, not everybody gets through. So what these three gentlemen have accomplished is something significant, and that is as it should be. Being a police officer is an avocation. It is a call to service, and it is a job that is not one for which a requisite and proportionate amount of thanks is always forthcoming. Sometimes people appreciate what you do. Oftentimes they don't. And yet, if you're a police officer, you strive on and you continue to do your job. And therein lies part of the stress of the job. You know, you work hard and not everybody thanks you. And we all like to be thanked for hard work, right? I mean, everybody does. And I think there's where the family comes in. You're the backstop. You are there when they need you, and therefore you're there when we, the city, needs you. So I want to thank all of you for being there. But I want to reserve my special thanks to all three officers who have answered the call. Public safety is the first business of government. It's so important that we have dedicated, idealistic, honest, skillful people doing the job of police work. Everything else breaks down. As much as we want to talk about growing jobs in the city, raising the city's quality of life, improving our schools, all the other things that we're doing right now, none of it happens without a foundation of solid public safety, and none of it. And so know that the work you are about to embark on is critical not only today but in the city's future. And you know, we are very grateful that you're willing to make that sacrifice and that commitment that the job requires and entails. So I want to thank you for that and congratulate you for your hard work in getting to this point. And I want to thank the chief and the deputy chief for their leadership. Again, there's a reason why not everybody gets to be a New Bedford police officer. There are obstacles to overcome. There's also a very rigorous filter in this man right here who wants to make sure that we are building a police department that is comprised of people that are worthy of our residents, and that's what he's done. And he has set some very high standards for our department, and that's the way it should be. So I want to thank you, Chief, for your steady leadership along the way. I want to thank the City Council for their support of our department as well. And I want to thank all of you for being part of this today. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. Now I'd like to invite our Chief of Police, Chief Joseph Cordero, to say a few words. Chief?
Well, good afternoon and welcome three members to our police department. I'd like to thank Mayor Mitchell, of course, and the City Council for their continuous support of the men and women of the New Bedford Police Department, both sworn and non-sworn. Their support has been unwavering, and believe me, I appreciate it, as does the entire department. You can't function effectively and efficiently without that type of support from, as they say, up the hill at City Hall. It means a lot to us. And I'd like to thank all of you that are here. Moms, dads, I don't know if we got any grandparents in here, kids, siblings, for helping these three guys, supporting them through, not only through this process, but bringing them up to be the young men that they are. Building that foundational piece that is going to be essential as they go out in the streets in the city of New Bedford and begin to serve. So I thank you for that, especially supporting through this process. This is a tough process. As the mayor said, not everybody gets to carry this badge and wear this patch. We're a premium police department, and we are very rigorous. We're very picky. We're selective about what we bring on. And rightfully so, because the responsibilities and the burdens that they carry and the trust that we require from them is enormous. So I thank you for building their character, supporting them through these weeks leading up to the academy, during the academy. And as the mayor said, it's going to be crucial going forward over the next 32 years of service that they're going to give to this city. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. And they're going to see sometimes people at their worst and some difficult times. And they're going to need your love. They're going to need your support. They're going to need your patience and sometimes a little bit of guidance. So I thank you for what you've done and for what you're going to do for them and for us. For our officers, congratulations. Congratulations for joining our family. And it's a wonderful family that we have here. And we will take care of them, and we'll expect that you take care of us as well. And more importantly, that they serve our community, because we are public servants. Make no mistake about it. We don't serve ourselves. Most important people out there is the people we're serving, who depend on us and need us. And when I say we see them at their worst, that doesn't make them any less of a human being. What that makes them is folks in need of your support, your guidance, and your service. And that comes in a variety of different ways. We give you a lot of tools and a lot of training. We teach you how to use all the equipment they have on your belt, but you have more tools than that. That's not the answer to everything. Handcuffs isn't the answer to everything. Sometimes that is the solution for that moment, moments of crises, but there are other solutions. So we've taught you how to think so you can make good decisions, but sometimes you have to let your heart lead. We have to let our human side carry us through and have a little bit of empathy for those that are suffering that we're serving. People are stealing sometimes for a reason, out of necessity. Doesn't make it right or make them any less of a criminal in violating the law, but still we can treat them with kindness and humanity and maybe try to get them to the help that they need. So keep that in mind while you're out there, and we do welcome you, and we're going to be here for you, and I know you're going to be here for us. The badge you're carrying, like we said, not everybody gets to carry it. It's shiny. It looks really nice on here right now. But as you go through life, I always like to say we go through life, we're like magnets when we're born. We're born with a clean slate, and as we go through life, we get experiences that makes us who we are. Well, that'll be the same for you as police officers. That's what they call a seasoned officer. As you go through life, you're going to pick up all these experiences, and that badge will still be shiny, but it'll hold a lot of experiences that you're going to see and feel. And that comes a burden. It comes a burden that we trust you to do the right thing when nobody's looking, when nobody's around. And sometimes, and many times, doing the right thing doesn't feel good. But nevertheless, it's the right thing. It's what we depend on you to do. It's what your families depend on you to do. It's what your kids, your brothers and sisters depend on you to do. So that badge, it may be light to put on and to hold in your hand, but it's heavy. It can be very heavy. Take it serious. Honor that badge. Don't tarnish it, because if you do, you tarnish your family, your friends, and our department. And we depend that you're going to do the right thing. You were brought up that way and you were trained that way. As I said, we're here to serve and protect. And while we're serving and protecting, it's more than just that. Like I said, we have a community policing philosophy here. It's about solving problems. And when we're trying to help people, we try to figure out what's their problem, what's driving them to this point. If we can't give those services, there's some other department in the city that can. We need to be problem solvers and try to use all the tools that we can. Treat people fairly and with compassion and with respect, and I guarantee you're going to get the same back. And when you're someday walking through Shaw's or Stop and Shop, and someone you haven't seen in years comes up to you and says, "Hey, officer, thank you," you're not even going to know who they are, because there's going to be so many. And they're going to thank you for helping them out through something small or something big. You're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel good that you helped that person. And when you're helping that person, you're helping a whole bunch of other people. It's like a whole domino effect. So treat people right with respect, and you're going to get the same thing back. You know, our tongue is the smallest muscle in our body, but boy, it can be damaging. And I can tell you from our perspective, sometimes the complaints that we get, it's sometimes we speak before thinking. So think before speaking sometimes. Think about the actions, that what we say is going to impact people and who's listening to what we're saying. And that comes back to respect. So just think about that and do the right thing, and you will be well. The community policing philosophy, we promote that we are a city of one as we are a department of one. We help the public and they help us. We're in this together. It's a team effort. It's like football. Your offensive team's out in the field, defensive team's still on the sidelines, cheering them on, getting ready to take their part on the field. And the coaching team never gets on the field, but they're kind of guiding everybody along. We're in this together. The more we work together, the better of a city we become. And this is a beautiful city, and we have a beautiful department. So without keeping you much longer, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes is how we learn. Just don't make them again. Work hard and pay attention, because a lot of people that you're going to be working with know a whole lot about this job. So let them give you some guidance. Take what you like from some officers, and what you don't like, don't apply that. You know, your dream doesn't end with this police academy. It just starts. You got a whole career. That's what you dreamt about. Now it's time to get out there and do it. It's time to live your dream. Go out there and help people. That's why you took this job, right? So live your dream. It didn't end when you graduated yesterday. It starts today. It starts today and it'll go beyond your career. The opportunities are going to be many. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to help people. from giving directions to helping someone cross, a little old lady or a little old man get across the street, someone that's handicapped, to the bigger stuff, to the deep stuff. You'll have plenty of chances. And take every one of those chances to make the most of it to help someone. So I want to wish you well. I want to congratulate you, as we all do. I want to say that may God bless you in your career and keep you safe each and every day. Congratulations and welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Would any of the city councilors like to come up and say something? And the Marc?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good afternoon. I have with me today two of my colleagues on the New Bedford City Council, Councilor Joe Lopes from the South End, Ward 6, and Councilor Brad Markey from the North End, Ward 1. And they span the city from one end to another, and they, along with our colleagues who aren't here today and myself, give our best wishes to our three new fellow city employees who are joining us here in the city of New Bedford today. We are very proud of our police department. We work very hard with them. They represent the city very well, and we know you will as well. We look forward to long careers with all of you, and maybe one day one of you will be standing here as the chief welcoming new recruits here as well. Look forward to your career. Keep you safe. Thank you for being here. You've joined a department with a heart. Hope you have a heart as well, and look forward to all your good work in the city. Thank you, families, for giving us these three fine young men.
Thank you, Councilor Morad. The officers are now ready to be sworn in. City Clerk Farias, would you please do the honors?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to swear our newest officers into the department. And the Chief always asks that I invite all the veteran officers present to also join them in the oath, so I invite you to do that as well. Gentlemen, if you raise your right hand for me, repeat after me. I state your full names.
I, Mason Oliveira,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will,
that I will,
to the best of my ability and understanding,
to the best of my ability and understanding,
perform the duties of a New Bedford police officer
perform the duties of the Bedford police officer
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
the laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the charter and ordinances of the City of New Bedford.
the charter and ordinances of the City of New Bedford.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Chief.
Thank you, City Clerk Farias. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me by officially congratulating our three newest officers. Round of applause. All right, I would like to thank everyone for coming here today, and this concludes our ceremony. God bless and have a great day.
I know you guys have 4:30 meetings.
You got two little girls behind you, though. They gotta go first.